Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, our guest of honor is now inspecting the parade. Your Excellency, sir, the parade you are inspecting is composed of fellow guards from the Uganda People's Defense Forces, 6 from the Uganda Police Force, 4 from Uganda Prison Service, and 2 from the Uganda Wildlife Authority. Your Excellency, sir, this parade is under the command of Honorable Lieutenant Colonel Evelyn Asimwe, and the TYC is Major Juliet K. Taliba. The parade adjutant is Major Gift Kaganda. Sir, the parade RSM is Warrant Officer Class 1 Nekesa Sharon. The first guard is commanded by Lieutenant Flavia Katisime. Guard 2 that you are inspecting, sir, is commanded by Lieutenant Immaculate Elimasia. Guard 3 is commanded by Second Lieutenant Lillian Chongo. Guard number 4 is under the command of Lieutenant Brenda Aparo. Guard number 5, Lieutenant Dr. Victoria Namaga. Your Excellency, Guard number 6 is commanded by Lieutenant Olivia Kapupo. And number 7 is Lieutenant Mary Nambuya. Sir, enjoy inspecting the parade.
Atekera dolu papa imani mane parade ani belulu loteso engara kizito to Jessica ijanu papa president ani belulu loteso eja papa imani mane parade lito Samuel jaza ngoro bonwa toto bone jazi lena so mini dangerous not toto bon because of the still meeting or UPDF when jazi kede apungeta atobonare rejasi kede amorotoma because of mobile ceramiki Uganda prisons rejasi kesida kede apungeta akanyape ijai babo kede no police rejasi kesida kede apungeta awongo bingala people no kapopana papa president Aimaniman ijai babo kede no wildlife.
We are now in the third phase because the initial phase went to the initial brigade that was established and tested right at the Combat Training Center in CTC in the Northern Cape. And then last year we went into the divisional exercise, which actually took off the ground. Most interestingly, in terms of what the chief said, homegrown, homebred, all the equipment that we had, which was a very significant achievement, went into the exercise, came out of the exercise, which speaks about reliability, which speaks about when our members are involved and they display their professional competitiveness. Many millions of rands, like I said, up to billions now, confirmed by defense industry, that is the private sector, has been saved from the taxpayers' money.
You want to Nekakilolinde si alisimuwangusi. You are most welcome to the celebrations of today under the theme Accelerating Gender Equality through Women Economic Empowerment. When we talk about women empowerment, this is about the third stage. When the NRM government came to power, we started gradually. No one had ever empowered us to join the army. But when the NRA took power, there were people who came and they were women like us. And we recognized at least 4 women who had ranks. There was Afande Naweso, there was Afande Gachudi Juba, there was Afande Hajat Mukwaya, and there was Afande who left us and went to heaven. We used to be proud of those 4 people, but now the women have gone through the ranks. We are now Brigadier General. The police have now gone up to the rank of Assistant Inspector General of Police. And even in prisons, now we are very, very senior officers. Why? Because when His Excellency the President took over power, when he was anointed to take over power in Uganda, he recognized that the women had the capacity also to lead. He knew that in Genesis chapter 1, verses 26, 27, 28, God created them male and female, and He blessed them together. And if we divert from that, we get problems.
For us to be able to provide those services as a country, we tend to forget that to resuscitate military capabilities, it takes time. If you stay longer without improving on your military capabilities, it becomes very difficult when you are supposed to utilize them. So what we are doing, we are preparing for any eventuality.
We are very strategic. If you want something, you must be very strategic, because we knew that NGOs were not going to do our emancipation. Therefore, the women will not be to have the national machinery. When we talk about this, we remember the late Honorable Joyce Mpanga. She was the first Minister of State in the office of the President. We were strategic in that the ministry started in the office of the President. So we got all the support. Now we are a fully fledged ministry, the Ministry of Gender, Labor and Social Development, and a lot has been achieved. When we talk about Ugandans, the ministry is the mother ministry, because it takes the women, the youth, the children, the workers, the people with disability, the people, the old. All of us are under the Ministry of Gender, Labor and Social Development.
Papa yala masali njonoi yoga dolun yoga bunele katakwi yala mabunesi peje teso yala mabunele ini unuma parana ngoro teso ane katakwi district yala maso anjo papa president yala maso noi anwa poliswam yala manoi aswam kelaito polora ngoro nugo Uganda ipoka so noi kopeteso nara.
Trailers that were declared BER, we are converting them into accommodation for the commanders when we deploy at the field or we are deploying somewhere where there's no accommodation, we can use those trailers as accommodation.
Our responsibility here is to repair the vehicles where they were declared beyond economic repair. So we take them as rusted, as declared that they are not economically right, and we are making sure that when they live here, they live the same as what you look there. So we're working tirelessly. Sometimes we work at night.